Falcons fans, buckle up, because what Atlanta just did on draft night could change the entire future of this team. They didn't just grab another rookie, they went all in on a player who might become the next unstoppable pass-rushing nightmare in the NFL. And the question everyone's asking is this: was trading back into the first round for James Pierce Jr. a risky gamble? Or the move that finally gives the Dirty Birds the defensive monster they've been missing for years? The Falcons shocked a lot of people when they traded back into the first round to grab James Pierce Jr. at first. Even some fans and analysts were scratching their heads. Why take that risk after already drafting Jalen Walker? Why give up next year's first rounder just to grab another pass rusher? But then came training camp. Then came preseason. And suddenly, everything started to make sense. James Pierce Jr. looks like he was built in a lab to hunt quarterbacks. He's got the frame, the power, the speed, the bend, everything you want from a true NFL edge rusher. You can see it in the way he explodes off the line, the way tackles struggle to keep up with his quickness, the way he forces quarterbacks to panic. This wasn't just a draft pick. This was a statement. Atlanta didn't want to sit back and hope Pierce fell to them. They knew this kid was special, and they refused to risk letting another team steal him. Walker and Pierce may play the same position on paper, but they bring completely different flavors to this defense. Walker is steady, strong, NFL ready right now. Pierce? He's the spark, the raw weapon who could grow into a superstar. And that's why this move feels different. For the first time in years, the Falcons might finally have the makings of a pass rush that terrifies opponents. Now, while the spotlight is on Pierce, let's flip over to the offensive side, because the big question everyone's asking is, who's going to be Michael Penix Jr.'s top target in the red zone? The safe answer is Drake London. He's big, he's physical, and he's built for those jump ball situations near the goal line. But don't sleep on Ray McCloud. This guy is versatile. You can line him up outside, slide him inside, and he's coming off the best season of his career. He's dangerous because defenses can't pin him down, and he's got a real shot to turn into a red zone weapon. Don't be surprised if McCloud finds the end zone 4 or 5 times this year with 750 to 800 yards receiving. That's the type of production that makes defenses nervous. And then, of course, we can't ignore the fans' favorite game, predictions. Who gets the first sack, interception, and touchdown of the season? My money's on Jalen Walker for that first sack. He's NFL ready right out of the gate. He understands leverage, bull rush, run stopping, and pass defense. He's the type of guy who could make an immediate impact in Week 1. Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. Was trading up for James Pierce Jr. a smart move or too risky? And who do you think gets that first sack of the season? Pierce, Walker, or someone else? Drop your takes in the comments below. Let's settle this debate right now. When it comes to playmakers, let's lay it out. The first sack of the year? That's Jalen Walker. The first interception? I'm going with A.J. Terrell, the best corner on this team, a guy who has the instincts and the talent to snatch one early. And the first touchdown? Oh, that's easy, Bijan Robinson. I can already picture it. Week 1 against Tampa Bay, Bijan breaking loose for a 45-yard run, weaving past defenders, and taking it straight to the end zone. That's the type of energy this team needs to start the season. But let's shift the spotlight to a different name. Rook or Horhoro. What can Falcons fans realistically expect from him this year? Last season, Rook only appeared in 8 games. That's not enough time to really see who he is or what he can bring. But now, this is the year we find out. The Falcons don't need him to be the flashy sack machine. What they do need is for him to be an anchor in the middle, the rock that opposing offenses can't move. Alongside Brandon Dorlus, Rook has a real chance to form a wall on the inside. His job? Shut down the run, plug those rushing lanes, and make life miserable for running backs trying to cut through the middle. If he can be that steady presence, that reliable force who wins battles in the trenches, it changes everything for this defense. What's a fair expectation? At least 8 tackles for loss. That's the baseline. That's the number that shows he's winning his matchups, that he's holding his ground, and that he's growing into the role the Falcons drafted him for. Anything above that? That's icing on the cake. And if he can also improve his pass rush win rate, even better. But make no mistake, his primary role is being the heartbeat of that defensive line. This is the year for Rook to prove he's more than just a rotational piece. This is the year to show he can be a cornerstone. Falcons fans, I've got to know, who do you think scores the very first touchdown of the season? Bijan Robinson, Drake London, or maybe a surprise name? And what are your expectations for Rook in year 2? Drop your answers in the comments. I'll be watching to see where the fanbase stands. Let's talk about Bijan Robinson. The question was, does he have a shot at winning NFC Offensive Player of the Year? And my answer is simple. He's not just in that conversation. He's got a legitimate case to be in the MVP race. Think about what he did last season. Nearly 2,000 scrimmage yards, 15 total touchdowns. As a rookie, he already looked like one of the most complete and dangerous players in the NFL. And now, with a year of experience, more chemistry with his offense, and a coaching staff fully ready to unleash him, the sky's the limit. This is bigger than just another good season. If Bijan keeps this pace up, we're watching the early stages of a Hall of Fame career. He has that rare mix of vision, burst, and balance that makes defenders look helpless. He doesn't just rack up stats, he takes over games. And I'll say this right now, in 2025, Bijan Robinson has the potential to put together one of those rare seasons that fans talk about for decades. Now, shifting gears to the defense, what about Clark Phillips? Can he carve out a role, maybe even break out? Honestly, this is a tough one. A lot of fans were sure he'd survive camp, even after injuries kept him off the field for so long. And they were right. The team didn't cut him. But here's the reality. The depth chart is stacked, and Phillips is fighting an uphill battle. Nathan Brooks flashed all preseason, even if tackling isn't his strength. Billy Bowman already locked down the nickel job, and with A.J. Terrell holding down the top spot, there just isn't much room left. Unless Mike Hughes struggles, Phillips might only see rotational snaps. That doesn't mean he's irrelevant. In fact, Phillips has the kind of skill set that could make him a sneaky weapon if the coaches decide to rotate him in. He may not be a starter right away, but as the season wears on, keep an eye on him. If he gets on the field with a little extra edge, he could absolutely steal some playing time from guys like D. Alford. And finally, let's address the hot question about Michael Penix Jr. Could he actually throw for 5,000 yards? Look, let's pump the brakes. Not many quarterbacks in NFL history have ever reached that mark. It's elite territory. For now, the focus should be getting Penix to 4,000 yards, building confidence, and proving he can carry an NFL offense week in and week out. If he can hit that mark, then, and only then, do we start whispering about 5K. All right, Falcons fans, here's what I want to know. Do you believe Bijan Robinson can make a real run at MVP this year? And what's your confidence level in Michael Penix Jr.? Do you think he even touches 4,000 yards? Drop your takes in the comments, and let's see how bold this fanbase really is. When it comes to Michael Penix Jr., let's be realistic. I've got him projected just shy of 4,000 yards, somewhere around 3,875 to 3,900. That's no small feat for a rookie quarterback stepping into the NFL spotlight. Before we start dreaming about 5,000-yard seasons, the goal has to be breaking that 4K barrier. Do that, and Penix proves he belongs in the big leagues. That's the real test. Now, let's finish this mailbag the same way we started it, with another bold question. Could the Falcons ever consider trading Tyler Allgeier? Here's my honest take. I don't want to see it. And I think most Falcons fans would agree. Allgeier is the thunder to Bijan Robinson's lightning. He's tough, he's physical, and he's one of the most underrated number 2 running backs in the NFL. Together, Bijan and Algier give Atlanta one of the most dangerous backfield duos in football. Why mess with that? This run game works. It's balanced, it's versatile, and it gives the Falcons an identity. On third and short, when you need a bruiser to push the pile, that's Algier. At the goal line, when it's man versus man, and you need someone to lower his shoulder and punch it in, that's Algier. He may not always make the highlight reels, but he's a grinder, the kind of player every great team needs. Now, let's be real, in the NFL, everyone has a price. If another team came calling with an offer too good to refuse, like a third-round pick plus a player, the Falcons would at least have to listen. That's just smart business. But unless that type of deal drops on the table, Atlanta should keep things exactly the way they are. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. This offense is stronger because of Algier. Trading him would create a hole the Falcons don't need. For now, the answer is simple. Keep the Thunder, keep the Lightning, and keep defenses guessing every single Sunday. All right, Falcons fans, let's settle this. Would you ever trade Tyler Algier if the price was right, or do you believe the Falcons need to keep this 1-2 punch together no matter what? Drop your takes in the comments. I want to see where the fanbase stands on this one.